Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rockin Metal Reviews. My name is John. So today I have an anniversary review by Def Leppard. The album is called Adrenalize, released on March 31st, 1992. So in this video, give a little background on the album and the band. I'll talk about the songs, give my final thoughts, and I'll give my final score at the end. But please excuse the dogs. So back when I was a teenager, one of the albums I got was Hysteria by Def Leppard. So an album I listened to over and over. I had a cassette in my car radio, and I would listen to it. And when I drove to school, I'd listen to one side, going to school, and then another side going home. I really wore out that cassette. That was in 1987. By 1992, I was listening to mostly grunge music and some heavier stuff like Pantera and Ministry. Def Leppard released the follow-up to Hysteria like 5 years later, which was kind of like a long time when you're young. I aged like 16 to 21, so that was kind of like a long time, for that age. But when this came out, I didn't like it that much. It was very like commercial sounding, had lots of ballads. It was a popular album. It had many hits, not as big as Hysteria, but had many hit singles. So with that being said, let me talk about this. So during the time between Hysteria and Adrenalize, guitarist Steve Clark died of alcohol poisoning. So at first they continued as a four-piece band. Later, Vivian Campbell would join the band. The album had a total of 7 singles, 4 of them being big hits. They also changed their producer on this album. So the previous albums were produced by Mutt Lange, but they went with Mike Shipley for this one. And he was another big-time producer and engineer. So first song, Let's Get Rocked, the lead single. I remember the music video for this song. Had this like early CGI, kind of like looked like those like PlayStation 1 graphics. The song is like a thumping bass line. It was a good lead-off single. It was one of the harder tracks on the album. It's a catchy song, cool to watch the music video if you want to check out some old computer graphics. Then Heaven Is, another one of the singles. It's a melodic hard rock song in the style of Hysteria, so the music video has like these 80s style graphics. I think the song is not too bad, somewhere between like being a ballad and a rocker, something Def Leppard did very well. Then Make Love Like a Man, I don't like the song title for starters, but the song is okay. It's like a rocker, has heavy power chords, has an arena rock sound. The music video is a mix of like live footage and clips from old black and white movies. This one's not that bad. Heavier breakdown section, that part's pretty cool, but that's not a bad song. Then Tonight, one of the power ballads. Now this one has a pretty cool intro. It has like a style like Bringing on the Heartbreak from the High and Dry album. Those clean guitars playing the arpeggios. I think they were going for that type of like sound on the song. It has like a music video shot in black and white. Like most of their ballads, has like the heavier chorus. Then there's White Lightning. That's an album track. Now they didn't make a video for this. It's a long song, 7 minutes. This one is dedicated to Steve Clark. Song is a slow builder. Has this like bluesy guitar playing, some hard rock, arena rock riffs. Kind of like a slower pace than like a song. Has a thumping bass line. Then Stand Up, Kick Love Into Motion, another power ballad, one of the singles. Had a sound similar to like the ballads from like the Hysteria album. Very polished, like rock and pop sound, with like a typical music video, kind of shows the band. And short clips of like random people in different situations. It has like a naked couple in Times Square. People breaking windows in a skyscraper. Kind of very random, but the song's okay. Personal Property, that's the next song. It's an album cut, one of the harder rockers. Has like a faster drum beat and arena rock sound, these soaring choruses, and the song's pretty good. It has a harder like blues rock sound, maybe something similar to like the Hysteria album or maybe even Pyromania, but it has like a very like polished production value. Then Have You Ever Needed Someone So Bad? Another power ballad, one of the singles. This one's like softer than the other songs. It has a sound similar to like the ballads from the Hysteria album. The song's very recognizable. It's a catchy song. Probably not one of my favorites. The music video in the band has like a lot of like picture-in-picture scenes, and they hired a model like to like appear in some of the scenes, and that's it. The last 2 songs are album cuts. I Want to Touch You. It's a harder rocker. They actually did do a live music video for the song, and the song's not that bad. It's a hard rock or arena rock sound with a memorable chorus. Final song, Tear It Down, and this is an album track and one of the harder rockers. Actually a very good song because it reminded me more of like some of their earlier stuff, like the High and Dry or On Through the Night, kind of like that, but with that more like that higher production value. It has those like power chords, a thumping bass line. It wasn't a single, but it was a really good song and a good way to close out the album. So in conclusion, now, like I said, when I bought the CD years ago, I didn't really like the album. I wasn't into it. I've listened to it again, and I think it did get a little better. I kind of like, can appreciate it a little more these days. I think back then, I was more into like grunge, and this was a very like a hair metal type of album, and I kind of like wasn't listening to that style of music. But I do appreciate it, but it is not as good as the first 4 albums. With that being said, if I gave it a score, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. And let me know what you thought in the comments section. So next, I'm going to do my top 10 albums from the first quarter of 2022. And then this weekend, the new album by Red Hot Chili Peppers, I want to do that one. There's a new Meshuggah album. I'll do that one on Sunday. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested, I did a Def Leppard ranking not long ago. I will link it right there. It, obviously it doesn't have the new one, but if you want to check out my ranking of the albums, click right there. And I'll see you in the next one.